How's it going, guys? Chips here with you again, back with another Ark Let's Build video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to build another medieval house. So guys, I'm going to be showing you step by step with some real easy to follow along instructions so that you can get this build on your Ark. And for all of the building materials you will need for the paint scheme and also for the map chords in case you want to use this spot, go ahead and check out the description below for all of those. So anyways guys, I just want to tell you thank you so much for being here today, checking out this video, and let's go ahead and let's get to building. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is lay down our foundation. So to start off, we're going to place a 2x4 stone rectangle, so 2 rows of 4 foundations right here. Then once we have that placed, we'll add 2 more stone foundations attached to the middle 2 right here. Then with those placed, we will add a 2x2 thatch foundation, so 2 rows of 2 right here. And then we will add 2 rows of 2 stone attached to that. And then once you get these stone placed, you can go ahead and pick up the thatch. We were just using those to space it out and give us a gap between our 2 areas. So then this will make up the foundation for our build. Go ahead and switch all of these to block. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add some pillars to this. So first we'll head in here to this corner right here and we'll place a wooden fence foundation on top of this stone foundation. Then with that place, we're going to snap 3 high stone pillars on each side of that. Then on the inside one, we're going to place 2 high wood pillars on top of those. And on the outside one, we're going to place 4 high wood pillars on top of those. We'll go around to this other side over here, and we will again place a wooden fence foundation on this corner foundation. And then we are only going to snap to the outside here, so we'll do 3 high stone pillars, and then 4 high wood pillars. Now we'll head over here to this back corner and place a fence foundation right here on top of the stone foundation. And then on the inside only, we will snap 3 high stone and 2 high wood. Then we're going to go ahead over to our other portion over here. And on the farthest side, so out here, we're going to snap a wooden fence foundation on top of each of these foundations. And then we will place 3 high stone on all 3 snap points, so on the corners and in the middle. And then on the corner pillars, we're going to add 2 high wood, and on the middle pillar, we will add 3 high wood. Alright, so we're going to build up this little section first. So right here on the front, on these 2 foundations, we're just going to place 3 high stone walls on each. Then on this kind of inside area between our 2 sections, we're going to do the same thing, 3 high on each foundation. On the back side, we'll place 3 high here on the first one. And then on the next one, we'll place a stone door frame, a reinforced door, and then 2 more walls. And then on this outside, we will again place 3 high walls on each one. Then just go ahead to the top and fill this in with stone ceilings. Alright, so now we'll start building up this other portion. So we'll start right here on the corner. On this corner, we're going to place 3 high stone walls on each foundation. Then we'll go around to the front, and on the first foundation, we're going to place a stone door frame and reinforced door, followed by 2 more walls. Then we'll place a stone window frame and reinforced window, followed by 2 more walls on top of that. As we round the corner on the first foundation, we'll place 3 high stone walls. Then we'll place a window frame on each of these next foundations and put reinforced windows in them. And then add 2 high stone walls on top of those and 3 high stone walls on our last foundation here. Rounding the corner, we will again place 3 high stone walls right here, a stone door frame and reinforced door here, and 2 more walls on top of that. And then for the rest of this side, we will just place 3 high stone walls on each foundation. Now to fill in this section, we're going to start off on the left corner with placing a stone hatch frame right here, and then we'll fill in the rest of this area with stone ceilings. Now that you have that all filled in, we're going to head over to the gap between our 2 sections, and we're going to place stone ceilings to fill in this area, but we're going to place them on top of the second high wall, so there should still be a wall above where we place the ceilings. So place 4 there. Then you can go ahead and snap a stone wall on each of these ceilings to kind of fill this area in, and then go ahead and fill in the top with more stone ceilings. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and build an archway under this section right here. So to do that, we'll get out a stone stair, and we're going to go ahead and rotate the snap point until we get it to place like this. So place one right here, and then we're going to go ahead over to this side and rotate one around until we can place one on this side as well, creating an archway. Then we're going to fill in the top of the stair by snapping stone railings, 2 of them on top of each stair. And that'll give us the appearance of an archway. So go ahead to the other side and do the same thing over here. Alright, now we're going to build up the overhang over here. So first we'll come to, again, 2 high stone walls right here, and we're going to place 4 stone ceilings out. So 2 right here, and then 2 more right here. Then we're going to snap a wooden fence foundation on each of these ceilings, and snap a wooden pillar to each snap point on those fence foundations. Once you have those placed, go ahead and snap 2 more pillars below them down to the ground, and do that on all 3. Once you have those pillars placed, we can go ahead and place a stone wall on top of each of these ceilings. And then once we have those stone walls placed, go ahead and fill this in with stone ceilings. Once we have the stone ceilings placed, we're going to come over to these pillars, and on the 2 sides, we're going to add 2 more wood pillars, and on the middle, we will add 3 more wood pillars. Alright, so now we're going to start building up our second level. So we'll start over here on the side with our archway. So on this corner, we're going to place a 2-high flipped wooden wall. On the next spot, we'll place a flipped window frame with a greenhouse window and another wall on top of that. We'll place 2 more flipped wooden walls right here. Then another flipped window frame and greenhouse window and another wall on top. Then 2 more flipped wooden walls right here. Rounding the corner over here, we'll place 2 high flipped wooden walls, followed by the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top, and we'll do that obviously on both of these spots. Then on this next side, we're just going to copy what we did on the opposite side. Continuing on this side, we're going to start off with 2 high flipped wooden walls, then a flipped wooden window frame and a greenhouse window, and another wall on top. Then 2 more flipped wooden walls in this spot. On this side over here, we will again place 2 high flipped wooden walls and a flipped wooden sloped wall on top of each of these spots right here. Then going around to this side, we'll do the same thing we did on the other side. So start off with 2 high flipped wooden walls, a window frame, greenhouse window, and wall on top of this. And then 2 more walls right here. Now for the remaining 3 spots on this side, we're going to build wooden walls flipped around, but we're going to take them 4 high. So do that on all 3 spots. Then over here on the front of our build, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take 4 high flipped wooden walls. And we will also do that over here. Alright, now we're going to add some walls to the inside here. So between these 2 pillars, we're going to place flipped wooden double door frames 2 high. And then we'll place 2 high flipped wooden walls on top of those. And make sure they line up with the walls we already have placed. Go ahead and add 2 more wooden double door frames here and 2 more walls on top. Then we'll come around to this other side next to this pillar. We're going to place 4 high flipped wooden walls. And then next to it, we will place a flipped wooden door frame, wooden door, and then 3 more walls on top of that. With those placed, we'll go up top to fill this in. So first, on this corner right here, we're going to place a wooden ceiling. Now we want to make sure it's flipped so that the little bit of a ledge that's going to be overhanging because we have our walls flipped is going to be facing at the front. So kind of like that. Then we will add another wooden ceiling right here, and you want to flip it around so that they are actually crossing over each other like that, so that they're not hanging over on the side as well. Then we're going to go ahead in this next spot, we're going to place a wooden hatch frame right here. And then another wooden ceiling next to it, and then we'll just add 2 more wooden ceilings right here behind those as well. Next, we're just going to fill in the roofs on these 2 side rooms with sloped wooden roofs. So start on the sloped wooden wall and just build your way across on all of these. Alright, so now at the front of our build, we're going to add one of those greenhouse outlooks that we have. First, we need to go ahead and add a wood pillar on top of each of these pillars. Then we'll go ahead and place a greenhouse wall, but what we need to do is flip it around so that it is snapping to the wall below instead of the ceiling. So place one there and place one right here as well. Then going to the side, we're going to go ahead and place a flipped wooden wall, but again, we need to rotate it so that it is snapping to the wall below. And the way you'll be able to tell is these legs should line up. Go ahead and add the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top. Then go to the other side and do the same thing. Place a wall and sloped wooden wall. And then we'll go ahead and add our sloped wooden roofs on top of this. Next, we're going to go ahead and build up kind of the tall tower part. So first, right here on these 2 walls, we are going to add 4 high flipped wooden walls on top of each of these. And again, make sure you're lining them up with the walls below them. Then on top, we will add the appropriate sloped wooden walls to create a point. Go around to the other side over here and do the exact same thing. Then we're going to go ahead inside of here, underneath where we have these kind of sloped roofs. We're going to go ahead and place a wooden double door frame right here. Then we'll place another one right here, and they're going to intersect with each other. That is fine. Go ahead and add another one on top of each of those, and then go ahead and add 2 high wooden walls on top of each of those as well. Then we're going to come over here to this side on this ledge right here, and we're going to first place a flipped wooden wall on top of each of these. Then we will add 2 high wooden double door frames on top of each of those. And then we will place a wooden wall on top of each of those. Then we're going to go back in here, and on top of those wooden walls, right below the wooden double door frames, we're going to add 2 wood ceilings. Then on the side of those wooden ceilings, we're going to place a flipped wooden wall and sloped wooden wall on top of that. On the front, we're going to place a greenhouse wall on both of these. And then we will again place a flipped wooden wall and sloped wooden wall on the side again. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get out wooden double door frames, and we're going to snap them below those ceilings, flipped around like so. And we're going to build those down to the roof. So add 2 more till they reach down to our roof below, kind of creating support for this overhang. Do that on this side as well. Then we'll head back up here and fill in this area with sloped wooden roofs, and we will also fill in our topmost roof with sloped wooden roofs as well. Now we're going to come in here and place a thatch ceiling in front of both of these greenhouse walls. We will then get out a wooden railing and rotate the snap point so that we are snapping it on top of the thatch ceiling. Go ahead and place another one on top of that. Do that over here on this thatch ceiling as well. And then you can go ahead and pick these up, and the wooden railings will stay in place. So now we have kind of a graded appearance in front of our window. I think it kind of has more of a medieval appearance. Let's go over here to this greenhouse wall as well and place thatch ceilings in front of both of them. And go ahead and just do the same thing we did on the other side. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and build up that stone wall that we have kind of fencing in our backyard. So first we need to come in here and place a wooden ladder up against this wall. And you can actually leave that there once we use it because we're going to use it later. Go ahead and climb up on it and get out a wooden fence support and then jump down. And this will allow us to place this fence support perfectly straight. So we're going to bring it over here to this stone pillar. And what we're going to do is we're going to edge it in there just a little bit into the pillar and kind of right halfway on the pillar. That looks good right there. Go ahead and place it. And then we will go ahead and snap 2 more of those to this. So we got one right here, and then we'll snap one more out like that. And now we're kind of in line with that wood pillar over there. So we're going to go ahead and turn this so that it's heading towards the wood pillar. And then just continue to snap these until you reach that wood pillar. Alright, so now that we have it at the wood pillar, we're going to go ahead and continue around. So we'll snap one right here between these 2 pillars. We'll snap another one between here if we can find the snap point. There we go. Go ahead and rotate it around, and we'll place another one between these 2 pillars. Now we're going to turn the corner and start placing them towards those stone walls. So we will snap one right here, and then we will snap one more to get us to our stone wall over here. So there we go right there. And then we're going to go ahead and place stone walls on these. So it should be pretty lined up with that wall. We actually nailed it. We did it perfectly. So we're going to go around and place stone walls on each of these. And you can also place them below. Snap one below if you have the snap collision turned off to make it go all the way through the ground. So go around and place stone walls on all of these. Then we will go ahead and place stone railings on top of each of these walls. So next we're going to head back in here where we placed down that ladder. So we'll go ahead and we're going to head in here and climb up on the ladder. And this time we're going to get out a stone dinosaur gateway. So go ahead and get that out, jump off the ladder. Now it's easier if you switch to third person mode for this. So go ahead, switch to third person mode. And all we're going to do is just try to line this up as best as we can with our 2 sides here. So just try to make it level with the 2 sides and also level with the front of the wall. And once you're satisfied with where you've leveled it out to, go ahead and place it down. So there we go. We'll place it down right there. I think that looks pretty good. So go ahead and add a reinforced dinosaur gate inside of that. And there you go. You can see we also have the gateway sticks out a little bit at top there, but I don't think that looks bad. I think it adds a little bit more to that top portion. So go ahead through here, and I'm going to go to the other side of the gate and do the same thing on the other side of this archway. Now you don't necessarily have to do that. If you only want one gateway right there, that's fine. I just think it looks better to have it on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on this side. All right, there we go. And then you can just go ahead and pick up this ladder and also the one on the back side as well. All right, next we're going to go ahead in here to this door that we have right here, and we're going to add a stone staircase in front of it, place a wooden railing on top of the staircase, and then also snap a stone railing underneath of that to kind of fill in the gap. We'll head over here to this door and do the same thing. We'll place a stone stair down, add a wood railing on both sides, and then add a stone railing underneath both sides. Then just go ahead to the front of our build where we have that other door, and we're going to do the same thing right here. Alright, so now we're going to head inside to add one more thing. So on our hatch frame, we obviously need to place ladders. So let's drop 3 ladders down from this one to get us to our second floor. We'll go ahead up there now. On the hatch frame that gets us to our third floor, we're going to need to drop down 4 ladders from that. So you can drop those down and get us up to our third floor. And then if you want, you can go ahead and fill these in with trapdoors. I'm not going to just because I don't really feel like it's necessary, but obviously you can if you want to. So then we have our observatory area kind of over here looking out that way. Now to get up to this area over here, we're going to add a wooden ladder right here on the wall. We could use a staircase, but if we use a stair, it's going to stick out of this sidewall because we have our walls flipped around, and it will just look kind of ugly. The ladder is going to stick out too, but it doesn't look as bad as the staircase. So we can go ahead and get up here and look out over here as well. Alright guys, that is going to do it for the building portion of this video. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the paint scheme. The paint scheme, like I said, is in the description below, so check it out down there. I'm going to go ahead and apply that paint scheme, add some decorations, hang around for one more second, and I'll show you what I come up with. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have applied the paint scheme. If you want to copy this, like I said, it's in the description below, but I'll go ahead and show you guys what I've done for some decorations. Now I'm not a master decorator, so you don't have to copy me. This is just some suggestions. So here in our backyard, I've added some sheep back here wandering around. We've got a feeding trough for them. I've got a few plants here just to kind of add some wildlife to the back of our build. And then if we head over here in this corner where we have this overhang, I've just kind of cluttered that up a little bit. Inside of this room, I've added some storage. I've basically turned this into a shed. Obviously, it can be used for whatever you want to use it for. Now, if we go ahead to the front of the build, I've again added some plants out here just to give it a little more life. I've added some clutter there in that corner, and obviously we have our torches around our gates. If we head inside, this initial area is just kind of a entry hangout area. So we have a few benches over here, we have a T-Rex skull, and just a little more clutter around this area. It's just kind of an entryway. As we go up to our first floor, I've kind of turned this first floor into our kitchen area over here. So we have a table, we have a preserving bin, some storage and whatnot, and just a little more clutter around it. This room over here is a bedroom, so we've got our master bed and our own table in here. And then we'll head up to the third floor. And like I kind of mentioned already, the third floor was kind of meant to be like an observatory. So really just kind of like a hangout study area, I guess. So we've got some chairs over here to look out that window. We've got some bookshelves in here, and then we've got another chair over here on this level for us to look out this window as well. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this build, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was easy for you to follow along and get this build on your art. Guys, if you did enjoy the build in the video and you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that like button. Those help my videos get out there and help my channel grow. Feel free to leave me some feedback in the comments below on what you think about the build in the video and what are some future builds that you might want to see. And of course, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos, and if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for future Ark Let's Build videos. Anyways guys, I just once again want to tell you thank you so much for being here today, checking out this build, and have a great day.